What up, people? I'm sure by now you've heard of the return of the Galamsey queenpin, Aisha Huang, in the country, who was supposedly deported in 2019. Apparently, after she was deported, she found her way back in by using our neighbor country, Togo, to get into this country through immigration and continuing her Galamsey activities as if like nothing had happened. A complete foreigner who has zero respect for this country and its people gets better treatment than people of this country who actually want better for this country, don't want the lands of this country, the water bodies of this country to continue being polluted and actually get into trouble for just voicing it. But a foreigner can come into this country and treat it with such impunity and go scot-free in the name of we have relations with China, so we cannot jail her, only to return barely 2 years later to continue like nothing ever happened. And I'm using the term return here very loosely because if you ask me personally, I don't think she even left in the first place. Like Minjin said, and that's the fact of the matter. Like I don't know what exactly she has on these leaders that is making her be able to keep them on a leash like that, because surely when you go to the prisons, there are some Chinese nationals who've been jailed there for doing Galamsey. A lot of Chinese nationals and foreigners who've been arrested and jailed for doing Galamsey. So what exactly makes this woman so special that in her case, all of a sudden, it was gonna cause some rift between the relation this country has with her country, China? So she deserves some amnesty to be deported only to return later. Again, I don't know like what dirty secret she knows about these politicians to be able to have them on a leash. Either she has something really dirty on them or they get a really huge cut out of the gold she's been mining and selling. I mean, that's the only explanation here, because nothing makes sense in this scenario. This is terrible, obviously, but somehow it is good that, this came to light barely a week after the whole Odike incident and him getting banished. Barely a week ago, Odike sat in Oyeripa FM and, spoke the truth of the matter, only to have him whisked away, the radio station closed, him banished, a practice which I didn't even know existed anymore. In this 21st century, I had no idea people still get banished, but apparently they do. And I've heard even stories of his properties getting vandalized, which obviously by the same youth, he's fighting for us, the people who still believing in this country, dealing with the rotten land or the chemical infested water bodies after these old greedy politicians and chiefs are dead and gone. The very people he's speaking for. Because in this country, politics and tribes are like the bread and butter of some people. Make Jimmy San to the point that even if the very people they are defending are the very people killing them, they will gladly defend them and die. And, we hear of the extent of Galamsey, we all hear it, but when you actually see it, it just puts a different kind of perspective on it. And I happened to come across a video from a Facebook friend, Kweku, Agyeman, Duah. If you are into photography or frequent Facebook a lot, you probably come across him. He used Google Maps to check out the water bodies, mainly in the southern part of Ghana, the central and the Ashanti region, and the east the most. The amount of damage these water bodies have suffered is like, it's crazy. It's just what it is. It's crazy.
My name is Agyeman Kweku, and based on sheer curiosity, I decided to just check the Galamsey activities on the Ofen River. And to my surprise, things are way insane than I thought. And to think our leaders can't even realize the severity of this problem is what I find mind-blowing. I mean, with just a simple tap on my Google map, I was able to actually just see all this. And this is just a small section of the Ofen River. I was just following the path of the Ofen River down into the central region to see the extent to which this goes. And I'm mind blown. The green areas you see are just forest belts. In between the forest belts, the brown areas are places that have been devastated, all in the name of mining. And looking at the extent to which the Ophir River goes, it's clear that this is actually quite an elaborate river that could actually serve as a good water source for people. I don't know what to say. I don't know if there's even live fish, if there are still fishes in this river.
The video is about 5 minutes long. What you saw is just an excerpt of it. What you saw is just an excerpt of it. It is like you can't even like open your tap these days without some dirty brown water coming out of it. You cannot even drink tap water these days. I mean, you can, but at your own risk. The amount of harmful chemicals in this tap water these days is not safe to drink. It's not safe to bathe with all these chemicals touching your skin. It's not safe to cook with. But what choice do most people have? Charlie, a foreigner is treating this country like with such impunity. The amount of wealth this woman has made for herself in Kumasi is insane. She has like a massage parlor shop in a mansion, a gated mansion with walls this high. TV3 posted a video of it. I can't really show the video here, but I can't really show it here because of copyright issues. But I took some screenshots from the video, which I'll be putting up on the screen right now, so you can see. A massage parlor by the name of Jane Tang Massage in Kumasi. Who knows how many other businesses she owns in this country? You've got Ghanaians who up till now haven't got their Ghana cards after standing in queues for days registering. Some Ghanaians who are about to have their SIM lines cut off. Through no fault of their own, they've stand in the queue, they've registered, they are waiting for their cards to be brought to them. It hasn't gotten to them. The deadline was this month? And already, as the minister in charge of this whole situation, Kweku, have said, people have already gotten their lines limited. Like in this hard economy, you buy data or you buy call credit with your own money because you haven't registered your SIM, probably through no fault of your own. It's gonna finish earlier than those of us who've actually registered because you haven't gotten your SIM registered yet, which you need the Ghana card to, which a lot of people still don't have, but a Chinese national. A card that was supposed to be exclusively for Ghanaians. A card that even some Ghanaians' identity have been questioned on. People are brothers and sisters in the voter region. Some of them can't even register. Some of them get questioned because their names don't sound Ghanaian enough. People were disenfranchised in 2020 just for being votarians or else in this country. People didn't have their Ghana card. People still don't have their Ghana card. By the end of this month, they're going to have their SIM lines deactivated through no fault of some of them. But a Chinese national has a Ghana card. Which, if you don't know what that means, is basically all those time we stood in queues getting Ghana card registered, supposed to be exclusively for Ghanaians, and also use it to register our SIMs because to prevent fraud, and it's just supposed to be exclusively for Ghanaians. It simply means all of those things are useless. It's just a waste of time, waste of money. Because if it was supposed to be just for Ghanaians, and now foreigners have their hands on it, to be able to be deported out of this country and come back and to even own Ghana cards and do illegal businesses with their Ghana card. And you already know how this will go, day and night, just like I'm doing right now, talking about it, except I really have a thin line of patience for issues like this, but I felt the need to talk about it somehow. Day and night political TV shows, they're going to talk about it. By probably the end of this week or the end of next week, it will go silent. She will probably be deported again, which we all know right now is just some farce, it's a complete lie. And give it a year or two, we'll hear about it again, because that's the country we live in now. It's a sad thing, but it is what it is. And you as a young person in this country, if after all of this, you still put your trust in these people and still defend them. Some of you for meager amounts of money. Some of you do it freely because and proudly boast with your chest that if you're the MP before, if you're the NDC before, it is up to you.